Hey guys, and welcome to my next video on how to create an MMORPG with our own server networking. I have decided to create let's say a menu controller, so you don't have to actually switch the scenes between the menus. You can stay on the same scene and basically switch the menu whenever you want. So basically what I trying to say is, if you are in the home screen, you have basically the login window. You want to create an account, so you click on register account, and then the registration window appears. Or when you have successfully logged in, basically you will get to the main screen and stuff like that. So how does it work? I guess I will show you. It is going to be a short tutorial, and on the next tutorial, when we finish this one, on the next video we are going to create the basic networking, so how you can actually log in into the server and create an account and stuff like that. So how do we start? We go onto our hierarchy, right click, going under UI and create a canvas. So after we have created a canvas, let's go into demo to see it better. We are going to let's change the aspect. Let's make the client 800 and 1208, so it looks cleaner and better. Okay, we create a new game object. We call it home screen or home menu. That's it. After that, we create another game object. We call this menu manager. We drag and drop our home menu into the home our home menu into the menu manager. Sorry, it's late again, my English isn't the best, and whatever. You got the reference. After that, we right click on our menu manager. We create another empty game object. We call this register menu. Okay, so we have now two menus, and we are going actually to create a script right away. We go into our menu manager. In our inspector, we add a component and we create a new script. We call this menu manager. Create a new script, create an app. Wait till it's saved. And there you go. Then double click it to open it into your Visual Studio or Mono Develop, depending on what you are using. Okay, right away we create a new instance of the script to access it from other classes. So we are going to use public static menu manager instance. On our start function, we delete this and create a new awake function, and we create a new instance of the script. So instance equals this. Okay, after our public static menu manager, we create a public enum and we call this menu. And now we type in all our menu stuff, like how much menus do we have. Currently we have, let's say, our loading screen. So loading equals 1. Then we have our home screen. Then we have our register screen and nothing else. Above public enum menu, we create a public menu and we call this menu to make it accessible in our inspector. So in our update function, why we do this in our update function, because later on when we get the .NET stuff working, our code is not compatible with the Unity development stuff. It's complicated and it's hard to explain actually, but you will see why. So we create a new switch, and we call this our switch is menu. Okay. So case menu dot loading. There you go. We add a break. Then case menu dot home break and case menu dot register break. So what does this do? So basically, when your menu is currently in the loading screen, then the update function will check it. Our menu is in the loading screen, and then it will execute this code below it. Same for home and same for register. Okay, when we want our menu in the loading screen, we say, actually we have to create some game objects. So we call this, we're doing a header, just for the lols, header menu game objects. Okay, there you go. Now we create a public game object. We call this loading menu. Another public game object. We call this home menu. And another game object. We call this register menu. Okay, so when our loading menu is active, we want actually our loading menu dot loading menu, where is it? Loading menu, set active. Oh, I'm so bad. Set active equals true. So our loading menu game object is active, and we do want actually our home menu set active to equals false, and our register menu dot set active to equals false. We're going to copy paste this in our home and in our register, and we change the values. When we are in our home menu, we do want to set active the loading menu to false, but our home menu to true. So our home UI is visible. The same for the register. Set active loading menu to false and register menu to true. Okay, that's basically it. This is our menu controller. So now you can change the menus through the script. I show you how. So we're going to save everything. We go back to our Unity client. Waiting till it's compiled. Now you see our menu game objects. We forgot to create a loading menu. So we create a new game object, call it loading menu. We drag and drop back to menu manager. We are going to drag and drop our loading menu into our loading menu in the inspector. The same for home menu and the same for register menu. As you can see, we do have now in our inspector a drop down menu where you can see our menus and you can switch on it. So what do we want? In our home menu, we create a new UI. We are going to create a text, make it actually a little bit bigger so you can read it. This is the home menu. Okay, save this. We copy this text, and paste it into our register and in our loading script. In our register menu, register menu, we say this is the register menu. Save this, and in our loading menu, we say game is loading. Okay. Now the funny part is coming now. We disable our home menu game object. We disable our register menu game object. And we are going to disable our loading menu game object. That's it. Now, when we wait, I need to start actually the server. Where's the server? Oh, that's not the server. Server application. There you go. Starting the server. Server successfully started. And now we are going to start the game. What happens? Nothing happens. So now we click on our menu manager. And you see our menu currently is nothing. Then we click on the drop down menu and we click on loading. What happens? Our loading menu game object is activating. So as you can see, the game is loading. If we click back on our home menu, you see this is the home menu and the loading menu is disappearing. And if we go onto our register, this is the register menu. You see the register menu is available and the other one are disabled. So that's basically the menu manager. And how you can do that through the code. So I explain it to you real quick. If you go back to your client application folder onto our menu manager, in our awake function, before the game object is even active, we do want to have our menu underscore menu equals, there you go, menu dot loading. So when before our game starts, we want to have our game into the into the loading state. So we say the menu equals menu loading. Okay. If we go into our network, when we are successfully connected to our game, there you go, then we want our menu actually to be in the menu home screen. So the loading screen will disappear and we are going into our home menu where the player can log in or even register. So we say menu manager. Now we have to access the class. Menu manager instance dot menu equals menu manager menu manager dot menu dot home. That's it. If we save this and we check our game by starting it. I have a slow computer. We press play. What happens? As you see, magic is happening. This is the home menu. Now, if we close the game again, we go into our home menu. We activate the game object again. And we create a new button in our home menu. Where's button? Button. We resize it. The text font size is a bit bigger. We say register here. Okay, now we create a script. We create a function where when you press the register button, you will automatically get into the register menu. So we go back into our menu manager. We create a new script. We say void change menu, and we do need a int menu. I explain in a second why. Okay, we want to change it through the button, so our menu equals we do need menu, and we do need our int menu. There you go. So that's it. Now if you go back to our Unity client, go back to our button, click on it, scroll down. On our on-click event, the list is empty, so we create a new event. We drag and drop our menu manager into the object right here. And now we call the function. We go to menu manager. We are going to... I forgot to make it public, actually. Sorry. It needs to be a public function, or else you can't call it over the on-click event. So make the function public. Go back to Unity. Wait till it's compiled. Click on no function. Click on no function. Go to menu manager and we say change menu.int. So now you want to change the menu when you press the button. And there you go. You need to make an integer. So we check our register menu. We are going to check in our source code. Loading is the integer 1, then home is 2, and if you hover over the register, you see it's 3. So we go back to our Unity client. We put the value 3 in it, because the number 3 is the menu register. We save it. We disable the home menu. We go back to our register menu, enable it. To edit it, we create a new button. We resize the button. We make it on top here. The text, change the text to like back to login. We add a new on-click event. We drag and drop the menu manager right in here. Call the function change menu, and if I remember correctly, our home menu has the value 2. Okay, back to Unity, pass in the value 2, save it, come on, and we disable the register menu. Now we start the game to check if everything works. There you go, you are in the home menu right now. If you click on register here, you are in the register menu, and if you go back to login, you are again back on the home menu. That's it. I hope you liked this video, and I hope you actually quite understand how this whole menu switching stuff works actually. And if you do understand, you can leave me a like, you can subscribe to my channel so you don't miss the next video. You still can write down any suggestion how this YouTube series should go, what we do, what we actually want to make. Basically like a Clash Royale clone, Hearthstone game, or whatever, a 3D MMORPG, whatever you want. And yeah, in the next video actually we are going to create the register and logging menu.